deep diving into these cases is like dancing with the devil. But when you dance with the devil doesn't change. He changes you. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Who we got up in here? Vexing Vixen, Crimes Have Consequences, NGB, Lil Wing, Annabelle Roma, GT, Frankie Hopkins, Kimberly Brummett, hello, Stacy B, Dawn, Sonia Stranger, Darzilla. Good to see y'all. Okay, so I'm going to do this right away in case people are watching this after, then they don't have to go through a whole hour's worth of live just to see what the hell I was talking about. And then I'll show it again and then we can discuss. But okay, so I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, follow Ryan Upchurch. Him and his crew were going over Xanamy's little kayak video. And there's a point where she says, she's talking about Kiely being missing because she points to the road being blocked off, yada, yada, yada. And then she like bends down and says, there she is. It's really quiet, but you can hear it. But I'm not too sure. Maybe Ryan's crew caught this, but I heard some people say, why is she looking down at the ground and stuff? The thing is, she wasn't using her phone. She was using a body camera. So she may have bent down, but that doesn't mean that she was looking down. She could have been looking like this, or kind of ducking down to try and see through something. But anyways, I'm going to play that video for you guys. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we know that this was her body camera. And then I'm going to take you to the part where she says, there she is. And we'll discuss that. All right, so here we go. Okay, so right here you can see that's her phone and it's recording. So she's got both hands and something is recording that. So it's obviously a body cam. All right, just so there's no confusion about that. Okay, and then she gets, it was right around, I think we'll play it right from here.
And one of the reasons I say it is the campsite, it is because we have some caution tape.
Yeah, they have the roadblock because Kiely is missing at this point.
Okay, so yeah. So here. There she is.
Right there, did you hear that? She goes, there she is. It's quiet, but it's there.
Here.
Okay, so that was a weird thing to say when she was just talking about the campsite. But the other thing is, if you look dead center, just above this bin beside that shed, I don't know. There's a little blue there. I don't know if that's part of the water, if that's Prosser Creek or Prosser Reservoir right there. Now, this could be a really half-cocked out there theory, and I've never really touched anything on Xanamy, so just take this for what it is. But if she was bending down to peek underneath this tree branch here to see the water better and said, there she is, if this is the area where Kiely's vehicle was found or somewhere close, then I think that means Xanamy had something to do with Kiely's death. This is a big if, okay? But just for, come on, close. Just gonna remove that for a second. What I'm talking about is she's got a camera mounted on her chest, right? So if she bends down, obviously the camera is going to point down like we saw, but that doesn't mean she's looking down. She could be looking this way, that way, kind of bent down and looking like she's trying to look under something. All we see is a camera pointing where her body's pointing. We don't see where she's actually looking. Now, I don't know if Upchurch and Creek Squawk Crew, if they caught that or not, but I do remember people saying, what was she looking at on the ground? And I don't think she was looking at the ground. So if there's anyone in the area, or if you know anyone in that area, could you please get them to go to that spot and look and see if that's the area where Kiely's car was found? Because if it is, that is, I mean, that's as saying there she is and looking right that direction. I mean, I think that's a lock if you ask me. But again, I don't know if that's where the water, if that's even water. It just looks like there's a little piece of water you can see. Yeah, they did the Google Earth thing and they were trying to find that spot, but I don't know, it's really hard.
See, you don't think, because I think when she said that, maybe she found like Kiely's car keys, or maybe she found some of that jewelry. Do you think she was picking something up, or do you think she was like looking, like you said, she was like down like this?
Well, it could be because she has, if you watch that whole video, she does bend down and adjust her leggings and stuff, and she's got pockets on her legs grabbing her phone and stuff. So that could have been what she was doing. But it could also be this. Now, I'm not one for crazy conspiracies, but that it made me wonder.
Good morning, everyone.
Can you play the video again? Yep, I sure can. I don't know why I closed it instead of just minimizing. No, I'm good, honey. Okay, just one sec here. Okay, I got it up. Back to... Okay, yeah, I'll play it again. So we'll go back a little bit further so you get some context. She was talking about the campsite and the two parties, and she wasn't sure if this campsite was the one where that had the party where Kiely went missing, but then she realizes it is because the road is caution taped off.
This other party. And
I'll go back a little bit further.
and what does this one say? Attention campers. La 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 la. Get, oh. You know what? This is the campsite that I showed you earlier. So this lovely Hispanic party was right next to this other party. And one of the reasons I say it is the campsite, it is because we have some caution tape. Okay, so yeah. So here. Okay. There she is.
It's, I can't imagine why she would say there she is. But right there, like where her body is facing, that looks like water. It may not be. It's hard to tell. But that's what made me wonder, like, is she bending down and kind of trying to look underneath this tree branch to see it? And then she goes, there she is.
So here. Okay. There she is.
Because, like I said before, this is a body camera. So her camera is facing the ground, but that doesn't mean that that's where she's looking. You know, her head could be, she could be doing this or this or this, or she could have been looking at the ground saying, there she is, but I have no idea why. So yeah, I just wanted to put that up there because I don't know. Like the Xanamy, the fact that she deleted that canoe trip video and then apparently cut some out and then put some back in, and then put it back up, was weird. And it was just, yeah, the whole thing is weird. I'm not saying that I think Xanamy was involved in Kiely's demise, but I'm not saying it's impossible either. So what are you guys thinking in the chat? Now I can actually pay attention to the chat here. Just make a short. Yeah, I probably will just make a quick video about this too, but yeah, her dog is a male, so she wasn't talking to the dog. So where is the she? Who is the she? And there she is. There, yeah, she might be referring to the lake as her or the campsite as her. The one thing Upchurch pointed this out, or one of his crew. Xanamy isn't like, she's obviously has an accent. She's Ukrainian. That there she is. That's a very American, particularly Southern dialect. You don't get that in other parts of the world. Like, I might say it when I'm pointing out a car, but like, there she is, ain't she a beaut, kind of thing. But that's English is really the only language that does that. Most other languages, like French, for example, they have well, it's kind of like a gender assignment to everything. Like it's un or une, une. Is male, une is female. I mean, but they're inanimate objects, like a wall or a rock, or everything has some sort of designation. And that's pretty typical in most languages. But English is the one that it's just, you can interchange them. Nothing would surprise me when nothing is impossible today. Anyway, exactly. Yeah. Strongly believe she's connected. Well, there's just all these people. Like, you got Xanamy, Ronnie Jones, Ickmail, and they're all connected. And they're all shady. There's just a whole lot of weirdness. Hey, Music City Mom. And even the people that they choose to associate with on YouTube, like Tony Dodge. Guy who said he's into pedophilia, or necrophilia, or yeah. Well, take your pick. If it's one or the other or both, it still is horrible. Real Sunflower. I don't feel like she did anything. She's just a YouTube creator who went to the area to record it like others have. Just not sure why the others who did the same aren't called sus. I don't know. I honestly can't say. I think the reason that Xanamy got really looked at hard is because she went kayaking in the same body of water that Kiely was in at the time. So that does kind of make a person wonder. That doesn't guarantee that she's involved. It doesn't. I mean, she might not be. But like I said, nothing would surprise me. And I want to know who she is when she says there she is. And I want to know where she was looking. And if anybody is in that area, if you could go to that spot, face that direction, and tell me if that's where Kylie's vehicle was found. Because if it is, that's a big thing. Like if I was law enforcement and I realized that someone was there facing that direction, said there she is, and that's where her body was recovered inside of her vehicle, I would arrest that woman. In my opinion, the whole town is sus. You know, that does happen whenever these cases get a lot of traction on social media. We start analyzing everything and looking at everyone, and we find a whole bunch of dirt and all that stuff. And I think it wouldn't matter where you looked. If you looked that hard, you'd find shady people. But there is so much weirdness with this. Not just Xanamy. You got other creators, and Cher was just pointing out what popcorn, his stream. Apparently he was in a lot of trouble for attempted molesting a girl. I don't know. Then you got Tony Dodge, who talks like Troy McClure. But he's God. He's got DMs of someone saying we can gangbang her. He's got where he literally said that he's into pedophilia or necrophilia. Justice for all. Hey, dude. It was good being on your panel the other night. I like that. But it's like everything's weird. And then the mother. Okay, Kiely was found because of social media. Can anyone argue that? AWP is a social media platform. And they went and they found Kiely. And as soon as Kiely was found, everyone got pissed. They were all pissed. I've never seen anything so weird in my life. And then the mother kind of, in a not so, well, it wasn't too subtle to me, basically told social media to F off in that speech where she was speaking so odd, over enunciating everything. Not sad at all. Like if you were to watch that, just take a person off the street, have them sit down and watch that. Do you think that anybody would guess that she just lost her daughter in a very sudden and tragic way? Like, it doesn't seem. Her friend Sammy, no tears. Like, no one seems to care that Kylie's gone. Where's the crying? Where's the rage? And then there's don't forget there was $150,000 GoFundMe put up. For what? We have no idea. 150 grand for what? You got a missing child, so apparently that means you deserve a giant sum of money? This makes no sense. None. I don't get it at all. On Captain Kirk last night, someone brought better maps, including hiking trails, etc. Please check out going info there. Captain Kirk. Is it Captain Kirk or Captain Kurt? Yeah, it's Captain Kurt. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. To pay for Grandpa's lodge loans. Yeah. Oh, someone. Annabelle, Mark, do you believe the video of Sam reacting to Kiely being found? I never heard Xanamy say it wasn't Kiely, just that it hadn't been confirmed. I don't remember seeing that. But I do remember seeing there were some other things that she was saying, well, that's not been confirmed or whatever. Something about the clothing. But yeah, at that point in the interview, Kiely was still missing. That's the one I saw. And there is literally no sadness from that girl. Like, I don't understand how no one is showing any emotion. It's just like Summer Wells. The only person who actually showed any emotion for Summer that I ever saw was Jose. And that's so weird. Like, I get people grieve in different ways and this and that, but I just don't get it. Prairie, I don't believe she's had a funeral. There was a celebration of life thing, but I'm guessing that law enforcement had been, up until that point, still examining Kiely. There's a pic of Sammy wearing a black belt like Kylie's. It's a newer pic. Sammy, because her hair is different color. That would be very disturbing if she's wearing her dead friend's clothes. Yeah, if anybody, like, I haven't heard of a funeral either. If I'm wrong about that, by all means, correct me. But, okay, I'm going to play this clip one more time, and so you guys know what I'm talking about for people who have just got in. And then I'm going to open up the panel, and people can come on up and share their thoughts. Oh, yeah, share screen, clicky, clicky. Okay, so we'll pull it back just a bit. So this is where she was talking about there were two parties, and she wasn't sure she was at the right campsite, but then she realizes she is.
Campsite that I showed you earlier. So this lovely Hispanic party was right next to this other party. And one of the reasons I say it is the campsite, it is because we have some caution tape. Okay, so yeah. So here.
Yeah, she says there she is. But again, she's wearing a body camera, so the camera pointing down at the ground doesn't mean she's looking at the ground. Like I said, I'm wondering if this little bit of blue here isn't Prosser Reservoir. Now, it may not be. I could be completely wrong with that. It could be behind her. I don't know this area or anything. But it's so weird that she says there she is. Yeah, and there's no denying that that's what she said. All right. So now I will put the link in the chat. Anyone wants to come up and share their thoughts on what they're thinking? My gut tells me it's something that I don't understand, or like some kind of context that we don't see in the video as to who she is or what she is. But my only worry is if she was like bending down to look underneath those trees to see the lake better and said, there she is. If she knew that that's where Kiely was, that's a big problem. But like I said, I don't even know if that's the body of water where Kiely was found. I don't know. Hey, Kimmikins. But yeah, anyone wants to come on up and share their thoughts, you're welcome to. Bones on the ground. Well, she wasn't at that point of decomposition. Well, you know what else I heard? Just tell me in the chat if you have heard this, because I saw this on a YouTube post and it's the first I've ever heard it. But they said Kiely was found naked. Have any of you heard that? And how would we know? I want to know why that one memorial rock says 9/1/2005 to 9/1/22. She had turned 17 yet. So many odd things in this case. Well, I don't know when her birthday was. It was right around the time she went missing. Cotton candy boobs, hello. But it is weird if they put 9/1/22. I mean, she was deceased before that day. You heard topless and bodysuit pulled up? Yeah. See, I don't see how anybody but AWP would have known. So for my money, if anybody other than AWP or law enforcement says it, it's a lie. The missing necklace. Yeah, if that necklace shows up somewhere. That'd be very interesting. It could still be in the lake. I mean, law enforcement never did a thorough search. That's the other thing. That really pissed me off. They didn't even go back in there to gather any evidence. After they pulled the car out, the divers were right there. They didn't go back in and gather anything. And then you have like just random people going over there and diving down and picking up shit. That should not be happening. Like, law enforcement is just freaking lazy. AWP was asked if she was clothed in different panels and they couldn't answer that. Maybe that's how the rumors got started. I'll put the link in again if anyone wants to pop up. You're more than welcome to. Ellie was looking for the necklace before she was found. See, I never heard anything about that either. Don't think Xana hurt Kiely, but she's definitely sus AF. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much where I sit. But I wanted to play this video just in case my really only big thing is if that body, that little bit of blue, if that's the body of water where Kiely was found, then that needs to be really, really looked at by law enforcement, because she said there she is. But that could have been anything. She could have seen a butterfly or something, said there she is. I don't know. Yeah, there's rumors of the sheriff's kid being involved. Oh, there's so many rumors, and we just have no idea where to go. But yeah, and apparently her phone hasn't been found yet. But I mean, honestly, anybody could have gone in there. Like, the stupid thing is, like I said, the divers did not go back in to gather anything. So the person just, if someone did kill Kiely, they could have gone back in after law enforcement left and grabbed the phone. And of course, no one's going to know because they're not going to say it. They probably just grabbed it and destroyed it. Okay, we've got Allison Faye and Monkey Mar.
Hey, Mark.
Hello.
How are you? Turn
I'm
my
good.
YouTube down.
So what are y'all thinking?
Regarding Kiely Rodni?
Oh, anything in general, that Xanamy vid, whatever's on your mind.
I'll tell you what. I have been saying it. I've been saying it from day one. I believe that Sammy was involved from the moment I saw her.
Mm.
But I'm the only one, honestly, Mark, that came out, and I honestly thought that Sammy had some type of crush on Kiely.
Mm.
Jealousy or something like that. But I never thought for one moment that her car was in the water when they searched it, the sheriffs, and I think it was put in after it was cleared before AWP came.
Yeah, that's very. I thought that too,
Yeah,
because I don't see how they could miss it.
yeah. I feel too that um I got a little bit of a delay. Let me go back out and come back in so I'm not talking over you.
Okay. Allison, what are you thinking?
Okay, Justice for All, he is the one that unblurred the photos underwater, and that's where the naked Kiely thing came from.
Yeah, I guess he was going through each frame. But I mean, she could have just been wearing shorts or something. All I remember seeing is a leg.
And I'm not sure you can unblur that, quite honestly. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't think you can. Once it's been blurred and converted to video, I don't think you can. There might be some kind of software to do it, but I don't believe there is. I think it was just a frame that was missed.
And why would we want to do that? I mean,
yeah, I definitely don't think that was his intention at all. I think just going through frame by frame trying to find any kind of clue as to what happened. I actually didn't see that live, but I heard about it. Yeah, he says, trust me, you can't. Yeah, I don't think you can, because once it's put up as a video, it's basically like printed. So you can't really, the video isn't, nothing underneath that blur is saved as a video.
yeah, and I think that AWP's been doing this long enough to where they know what they're doing when it comes to videos. And
yeah,
just my opinion. And I think Sammy, she's suspect to me. She put herself out there early on. She's lied, several times, several red flags. Just the whole case is just odd.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how that happens with every one of these cases we follow, like Chris Watts, Summer Wells, Gary Petito. We all end up saying that at one point or another. It's like, this is just weird. It happens every single time.
It's almost like you have to wonder what cases people go and dig on and dig on and dig on, and which cases they don't. It's just, whew, scary.
Mm-hmm.
What they do. But I'm convinced that even with the tow truck driver, I am just convinced that it was one of the girls and a guy that resembles Jag to make it think like when her car ended up there, it wouldn't be a surprise because a girl doesn't know how to fasten her seatbelt. I mean, how ridiculous.
Oh, that's just stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I have major issues with that truck driver or tow truck driver, roadside assistance guy, whatever I'll call him.
It was just like a plan from the beginning. I feel even like with like I did some investigating and I found out that Mags and Sammy grew up on the same street, like 3 houses away. And they wear those matching necklaces. Like I'm not even sure it was really Mags that was close with Kiely besides the parents making them hang out together. I think Sammy and Mags were much closer. And I'm sorry for scaring everyone. I have no makeup on. I have bedhead. It's just the way it is today.
People come to this channel and see this, so no
You're
worries
like
at all.
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, happy.
So, what do you guys feel about her car? Do you guys feel it was in the water before or after the search?
I believe it was in there before, and law enforcement didn't even search it. I think their idea of searching was just standing on the edge of the water and walking the perimeter looking for tire tracks. And that's it. I don't think they actually went in there and dove.
Well, I've got video of them diving and I got video of them in the boats using sonar. I just don't understand. We're not talking about 30 feet of water. We're talking about 14 feet of water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even with the height of the car being about 5 feet, I mean, even if Kiely was driving in the water and she went in with the back doors open and stuff, even the pressure of coming in and bringing her down, she's 16. You could go down, get out, and swim out the window. We're not talking about 1,000 meters down into a lake. 14 feet.
Yeah. Well, there is a great deal of panic. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's not easy to get out a vehicle that's in the water. There was a guy in a town not too far away. He drove into, I think it was a dugout or a ditch. His vehicle wasn't even completely submerged. The roof was still out of the water, and he drowned.
Really?
Yeah, the panic sets in, and they just can't do anything. They chase the air, and then they're out of air, and then you've only got a few seconds before you pass out.
But what about her being found back in the cargo area? I actually went to my neighbors who had a CRV and tried to lock the seatbelt and pull it out. And I mean, there's no way that even though it had the length, there's no way it's going to sit the way it did. You have to hold that seatbelt there and close the latch. I think they were trying to keep her down so she wouldn't float up. And I think they opened the window to make it go in faster.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But those are my thoughts. I think Sammy's shady, just to the point where the bruises on her, the matching necklaces with Mags, growing up on the same street. I don't know the Jagger thing. I don't know. I don't know if Kate Jagger, the whole sleeping thing. I just can't get into the rumors and the speculation.
Yeah, that's just another rabbit hole you could spend days in.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, those two sleeping together do not have anything to do with Kiely, with what happened to her, unless Kate was jealous and she's the one that did it. But I don't know. But those are my thoughts. And thank you for allowing me to come up.
Absolutely.
Never met you guys before, but I lurk in the bushes sometimes and watch you guys.
We like our lurkers.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
You too, monkey.
Well, and with the car being upside down, she would have, and AWP said she would have gone down really fast. With the windows being open, she would have gone down really fast. The car would have flipped really fast. She would have had to go under the seats to get back there. I just don't see how that's possible.
Well, I was reading about that, and there was another expert that said when people go into the water in their vehicles, when they panic, they do chase the air. So, and the ass end would have been the last place that had air, but I still don't see her getting in the back like that. I think she was put there by somebody.
Especially if it's a matter of seconds, right? Because that's an awfully long way to travel, in my opinion.
Mm.
And you have water rushing in through those open windows. She would have had to battle that too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Gymnast Girl, this press release law enforcement thing, we all know that they're going to come out and say it was an accident, she drowned. Like, we all know that's exactly what's going to happen. But why they're waiting, I have no idea. But I don't buy it.
I don't know, but I
do
see
think
this being like
it's
Watts
possible she
2.0.
drowned. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things that even though it's apparently over, people won't want to let it go because they don't think that justice was served. So, yeah, I don't know.
And you're really a logical thinker, Mark. So for you to see all these things too, because like with NK, you didn't want to believe that, she had any involvement. But in this case, like you see a lot of things that are, just not right.
Yeah. And NK, I was always on the fence. I'm like, she could be involved, but all I could see was all these really terrible, stupid theories that people were spreading. And I was just like, no, that doesn't make sense. So that made me kind of like get in her corner more, just because so many people were just making shit up and throwing it on YouTube. But yeah, and I think the same thing's happening here, like with her being naked. Like, we don't know. Like, the only people who know the condition that Kiely was found in, being clothed or whatnot, would be AWP and law enforcement. And I don't think law enforcement would be telling anybody. So unless AWP told a buddy who told someone who went on YouTube and blabbed it, but yeah, I'm not rolling with that one.
No, I think that all stemmed from one person who unblurred photos and came out and said she was naked, which,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. This other YouTuber went through the video frame by frame, and there was a frame or two that weren't blurred, but you can't unblur video once it's blurred. And thank you very much, Frankie Hopkins.
Well, I've been around a while. I haven't ever been on y'all's panel before, but I've been around a while, so I just
well,
thought
yeah,
I'd
if you're
come
talking about
in and
NK,
share.
you have been, yeah.
I just wanted to come in and share what I thought and,
Well, glad you did.
touch base with y'all.
Yeah, it's always good to get other people's thoughts and stuff because it's so easy to get tunnel vision with these cases.
It
just takes one person to say, well, what about that? And then everything just goes in a whole new direction.
Yeah, and like the article that came out from Fox saying that Jagger was at that party, and then that brings all that back up. Like,
yeah, was he at the party? Was he 4 hours away? What the hell happened there? And honestly, like, and the roadside assistance describes him as if he's looking at a picture of him.
mm-hmm.
Like, oh, come on. Doesn't anyone else not like? I'm just the logical guy. I don't jump off on crazy theories, but even that looks stupid to me.
And then the truck driver guy kind of insinuated that she wanted to know how to tie the belt around another belt or latch it onto another belt. It was very odd the way it was worded.
Yeah. Well, just needing help. I mean, just the fact that their vehicle was in neutral and they couldn't figure that out is bad. Like, I don't even know if I buy that. Never mind everything else. I just, I don't get
But
it.
I don't think AWP would put it out there unless they believe the story, you know? Because they have
Well,
credibility issues too. Like they have, it just doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't. I think they put that out. Like AWP still says that they think that Kylie's death is suspicious. So I think them putting that out is just another way of demonstrating that. Like,
Right. It's
yeah, I'm
almost
sure
like
it
they
could be
saw
true, but
something, right? It's almost like they saw something in that car that led them to believe that.
mm,
That's my opinion. I mean, I don't know because they're the only ones that saw in the car.
that's true. Well, who was the diver? Was it Nick? No, Gil. I can't remember who the guy who actually dove in was, but he said she's in the back. She's not in the driver's seat. That's weird.
Yeah, because they said that it's normal to find them in the back when the car is right side up, but not when it's upside down.
Yeah. Well, it's normal to chase the air, whichever part of the car or vehicle has air last. That's where the people are going to be. But we don't know if like how fast that car flipped. If there was still air, if it was upside down and there's still air in there somehow, like up at the floorboards, I don't know.
Right, and it was at an angle, right? The car was at an angle. You can tell that when they're underwater.
Yeah, it's not sitting flat on the roof. It's pitched a little, yeah.
So that could come into play also, but I would still think with the floor being on the top, she would have had to go under the seat. It just makes no sense. Like that would be nearly impossible to do, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I think if she went into the back, she would have had to have done that almost right away. As soon as the vehicle went in the water. Like once it's submerged, no. It would have to be while it's sinking, and that's seconds. So I don't know. I thought that she was already in the back.
That's what I think too. I think she was already in the back.
Yeah. If someone really knew what they were doing, they would have drowned her, put her in her vehicle, hid the vehicle, waited for law enforcement to search the body of water, and then push it in. Maybe that's what happened, but I mean
And
that's a killer who has a lot of foresight.
how can they say this is an accident when they haven't even found her phone? That's another thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe law enforcement did find her phone. They're not telling us anything. But they
That's
definitely
true
they
also.
didn't go back and get her other belongings. So unless the phone was still in the car when they pulled it up, I don't know.
Well, with everything falling out also, I mean, it could be on the bottom of the lake, right?
It could still be there. Yeah. Yeah, it is really unbelievable that they did not go back in there and collect everything that fell out of that vehicle. Like that's unbelievably stupid on part of law enforcement.
I agree. I mean, that should be evidence, but that tells me that they're going to say it's an accident. They really didn't need all that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's not even about need. I mean, those are someone's personal effects. Like it's a matter of respect too.
But wouldn't the family want that stuff back?
You would think. Yeah. Or, you shouldn't have an electronic device sitting in the water because the battery will
just
eventually
also odd.
decay and leak out into the water. And that's bad for the environment. So even from an environmental aspect, everything should have been picked up. So it gives me the vibes that law enforcement is just stupid and lazy down there. That's the best way I can describe it. Oh, we lost her. I'll put the link in there again if anyone wants to pop up. You have to be in the front seat for airbags to go off. I think that depends on the vehicle, but yeah. I remember my truck. This one is not, I got a Dodge, but my Ford was like that. There was actually a little light on the dash that if there was not enough weight on the seat, that passenger side airbag wouldn't activate. But now they have like airbags that deploy when vehicles roll over, side impact, stuff like that. I don't know if airbags would deploy in a vehicle entering water. I really don't see why they would, because it's not a heavy impact. And usually the airbag deployment sensors are like impact sensors. So I'm not too sure. But I actually, the fact that the airbags didn't deploy seems normal to me. How do you have a car for 7 years and not have 16-year-old decorations on it? Well, there were a couple of stickers. Was that car in the family for 7 years? Yeah, driver's side should be always on. You shouldn't be able to turn off the airbags, but like I said, there wasn't an impact. Nothing that would cause airbags to deploy. The only thing I'm wondering is if once the vehicle tipped over, if then they would have, but obviously they didn't. So yeah, I don't know. Some people saying yes, some people saying no. Either way, Kiely didn't have that vehicle for long because she was only 16. Hitting water is like hitting a brick wall. No, it's not. Was the front end of that CRV smashed? No, it wasn't. If you hit water going 100 miles an hour, yeah, you're going to hit hard and it's going to hurt, but you can coast right in. Like you going in at 10, 15 miles an hour. I think they put a neutral and pushed it to gain speed, then it could have drifted out further while flipping. Yeah, well, the distance it went out there is not odd. Like people think you got to be moving a good clip to get the vehicle to go out that far. No. Because vehicles will float a little bit for a while they're taking on water and stuff. They are somewhat buoyant. Like if you watch any flood videos or anything, you do see vehicles like floating down in the water. So yeah, for it to get out there 50 feet is not unusual. Not fast enough to make a giant wave in from the hood, but fast enough to gain momentum. Yeah. Yeah, and that area, like that's a long, I don't know how long it is. It's got to be like 200 yards at least from the road to where the water starts. You put a vehicle in neutral and let it go that far, it's going to be going 20 miles an hour by the time it hits that water. It'll go out of ways. Yeah, and that's another thing too. If there is a current to help pull the vehicle out further, yeah, that'd be a good question actually to ask AWP. You guys catch them on a live or whatever. Ask them typically how far vehicles make it when where they find them. I would guess the majority would be between about 30 and 80 feet. Would be the vast majority of them. I think Kiely's vehicle was right in the middle, but I could be wrong. I am no expert on that. There shouldn't have been too much undercurrent because it is just a reservoir, but apparently the water level had been dropping and is still dropping quite rapidly. That might cause some kind of undercurrent. I don't know, but yeah, either way, because the vehicle will go in, ride down a little bit, float a little, and then drop some. And it might have even like been doing like you see guys on bikes do that nosedive thing where their back end is off the ground and they're riding on the front tire. It might have done something like that too, like still rolling forward as it's tipping. But I have no idea. Like, what do you think? Do you think the mom is mourning her loss? She did not look like she was mourning at all. All I've seen from her, this is just all I've seen, is like a bitter, snarky, you say things with a smile, but it's actually mean. Like basically telling YouTubers to find a hobby. Well, not basically, that's what she said. But saying it with a smile, it doesn't, like, this is no different than this. It's the same thing. Just because you're smiling doesn't make it polite or nice. And she did not seem to care. Like, I get if you lose a child, you want privacy. You don't want to be pestered. You know, you got a lot going on and, you know, can't even imagine all the pain. But when you got social media are the ones responsible for your daughter being found. Literally, AWP said that they decided to come and look into this case because of their followers. You take AWP out of that question, out of that equation, Kiely's still not found. So why the hatred? Why the anger? As soon as she's found, everybody's pissed. It's like, oh no, they weren't supposed to do that. Oh, you dumbasses, you blew our plan. That's the vibe I get. Now I'm not going to get my 150 grand from GoFundMe. And God knows how many other smaller GoFundMes they had. And no one's crying. They got MILF written on her rocks at her memorial, which is supposed to be make it last forever. But let's be realistic. Nobody sees MILF and thinks make it last forever, except maybe 5 people on the frickin' planet. No. And her laptops had MILF Productions on it or something like that. No, that is not. There's some really weird, dark shit going on with this. And I don't think she accidentally drove 300 yards down that bank into the water and drowned. I don't think that's what happened. I believe she was murdered. Yeah, the GoFundMe stopped because they found her. So how are they going to need $150,000 now? Sound like Here It Is? Well, let's play it again. Jared and Doug from AWB will be in the interview room tomorrow night at 7. Okay. Okay, someone said it sounded like Here It Is, not Here She Is. So let's go through that one more time. I thought I heard she, but maybe not. It's funny how if you listen to things, you hear different things, right? Okay, so everybody put your ears on. I want you to listen to this and think Here It Is. Think Here It Is and see if you can hear it.
It is because we have some caution tape. Okay, so yeah. So here. There she is.
No, I can't hear it. I still hear she.
It's because we have some caution tape. Okay, so yeah. So here. There she is.
There she is. That's all I can hear. I'm trying. But it's so weird. But again, for anybody new coming in, this where my mouse is, if that's the body of water where Kiely was found, then that's a major problem because this video footage that Xanamy on Xanamy's channel, this is from a body cam. So when the camera tilts down like this, that means she's bending down. That doesn't necessarily mean she's looking down. She could have bent down to try and see something, or looking this way or looking that way, looking behind her, who knows? But yeah. So if anyone lives in that area, I would love it if you would go to this spot and look out there and tell me if that's where Kiely's car was found. Because if it is, that to me means Xanamy had something to do with it. She knew that that vehicle was there. If that's not, then it means something else. But I know Ryan Upchurch and his crew, they were looking at this really hard, and I don't know if they caught the fact that this is a body cam. So wherever the camera's pointing is not necessarily where she's looking. But anyways, I'll close this out. Look at the chat here. There she is. I say this when I'm outdoors with nature, like there she is, the splinter of it all. Yes. I was talking about that before, but that is kind of like a mainly an English thing. And particularly more Southern. But yeah. I think Sammy put something in her cup. Maybe. That's haunting. He has a ton of personal, very creepy info in his video, including a paragraph on death and stages of decomp. Who's that? Yeah, she says there she is. People, Ryan Upchurch was going over this a lot, and I think people were thinking, was she buried in the ground right there or whatever? But just because like her body camera, just because it was pointing there, doesn't mean that's where she was looking. Oh, Tony? Oh God, Tony Dodge. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. Why does he talk like he's on the radio? That's so weird. I'm Tony. I'm into pedophilia. I mean, necrophilia. Yeah, because that's better. From kids to dead people. But that's a step in the wrong direction, if you ask me. But, splitting hairs either way. If you're into either, you should just leave Earth. He's what scary movies are made about. Yeah. He reminds me, I can't remember what show it was, but there was a guy had a very similar voice. Some TV show way back when. But he really reminds me of him. He even kind of looks like him too. It definitely sounds like him. Jane.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi there.
So what's on your mind today, Jane?
Well, actually a few things, but I guess to start, since you were just talking about it, I actually used to go, regrettably, on the Tony's panel a couple times.
Mm.
And like from day one, I should have trusted my gut because like I had just like this feeling that he was like just creepy, kind of something off. And but I got along with like a few of the panelists. I really went there because I met a few people and became friends with some of the other people on the panel. And we had good debates and good discussions. And kind of just brushed Tony off as like maybe he's just an awkward, nerdy guy. But like, I don't know, just looking back, like there were so many things that were said and like allowed to happen that were just like not okay. And to be honest, that was one of the reasons I stayed, because I felt like I was one of the only ones who would argue with those things and provide like a different opinion, a different side.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there were definitely especially with the women on there, like definitely like exploiting the pretty girls and then just allowing creepy comments. And but then when we would actually have a discussion, like not taking us seriously or just talking over us, like so definitely just want to put that out there. But
yeah, I actually don't watch him, but I can definitely see from what I've witnessed that he is that type.
I only found him because of the Sammy interview. Yeah, which even in that is like you get creepy vibes, right? Like
yeah, he did seem like he was almost trying to flirt with her a little bit or something.
Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to point out something. I'm not sure, have you guys talked about the possibility of, or the allegation, I guess, that's come up about Xanamy's niece being Kylie's friend?
Oh God, I just saw that. Because there was a girl in the back seat of the car, and then they were showing it like a graduation photo or something like that. I think that's Xanamy's niece.
There was a picture of, there were two pictures. There's a picture from Xanamy's Facebook of her niece, and then a picture of Kylie's friend. And somebody found the two pictures and was like, "This is the same girl." And I noticed in the pictures, and I don't think anyone's brought it up yet. If you look at the two pictures, they're wearing both the girls or the one girl is wearing the same necklace, and it's like in the same shape. Am I able to like share my screen? Because I have like a side by side of it. Hold on, let me bring it up first before I share my screen.
I think that was on Ryan Upchurch's channel. But Cher was looking at that, and yeah, like the cheeks and everything looked the same. She looked like a little bit of weight change maybe, but her hairline was different.
And in these pictures, her hair is like exactly the same. Okay, let's see. All right. Share screen. Okay, let's see. All right, can I bring them up side by side? Oh, wait, hold on 1 sec. I'm sorry, 1 second. Give me a sec.
Oh, no worries.
Not the tech savviest, but
some of the stuff is kind of confusing, especially the share screen on StreamYard, because you think you're going to, but you have to actually click in that window before you click share, otherwise it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
That took me a while to figure out.
Yeah, my problem is I'm trying to share 2 pictures, so I'm going to screenshot them next to each other and then put it in one file.
Okay. Oh, she vanished, and she's back.
Am I back? Okay.
It's just your green screen background. If you move too far away,
oh yeah,
completely go invisible.
Yeah, my room's a little messy, so I'm going with the green screen.
Can't go wrong with a green screen. Yeah, this is not my room. Although I would kind of like it though, if I actually had a room like that.
All right, this should work. Here we go. All right, can you guys see that? Is anything showing?
Yep, it's showing.
Okay, so these are the 2 pictures. Oh wait, oh my god, I took a picture of the same picture. Hold on.
I was gonna say that's the same picture.
I'm an idiot. Okay. This is one. I'm so sorry. I should have had this ready, and I accidentally restarted my computer and had to go back on. So.
No worries at all.
But anyways, I was thinking if Xanamy's niece is Kiely's friend, that could be how she got involved in the case. Like maybe her niece, was involved somehow, and then like asked her aunt, who's like rescued her from the Ukraine, and she's in NASA and in the military, for help. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know if I really believe that, but they definitely look like the same girl. All right, I got it right this time. So, oh, am I still sharing my screen?
Yep.
Did I share all that? Sure. Okay. Behind the scenes. Okay. So, yes. So, it's 2 different pictures now.
Yeah, that looks like the same girl.
And then do you see the necklace? It's like the same shape too.
Can you zoom in on that a little?
Yeah, let me see if I can. Anybody know how to zoom? Oh wait, here we go. So there's like the one, and then this is like an ancient. Like, who uses paint anymore? This is so ancient. Can I move over? Oh. Okay, how do I go back to selecting things?
Well, I think once you zoom in, it just gets too pixelated anyway. But yeah, that to me is definitely the same girl.
Yeah. Let me see if I can at least. All right, so can you see this?
Yep.
The picture? Okay, so do you see, it's very pixelated, but do you see the shape of the necklace? It's like a boot shape. kind of.
Mhm.
You kind of see that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it kind of
then
looks like it's got a little.
when you go to the other picture, it's like the same shape, right? Kind of like that. Maybe it's a mermaid fin or like a duck or something, but it's like that same L shape.
Yeah, something's got like a little curve to it.
Yeah.
But like
And
that other picture where it's got the one with the necklace and then two pictures of that other girl beside him, they were saying that those two are the same girl, and I don't know.
wait, what girl? This girl?
Yeah, the other picture that you had up.
Oh, this one. Oh, these two. Oh, well, this is her niece again. Oh, wait. I thought that these were both. Oh, okay. So is this girl and this girl with the necklace, are they both pictures of Kylie's friend? And then just this picture is the picture of her niece?
I'm not even entirely sure.
Because
I
I
think my
was thinking.
screen froze now too.
Oh man. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop sharing. But okay. Well, if that's so, then that's embarrassing for me. But because I
No,
thought
like
the
the
prom
ones you
picture.
showed. Yeah, the ones you showed. That's the same girl. But then there was that other picture that had the girl with necklace, and then beside her there were two other pictures added in of the same girl.
Yeah. I was thinking they were both. Yeah, I was thinking the prom picture was the picture of Xanamay's niece. So never mind if that's not.
You could be right. I'm not even sure. Like they were trying to make that connection, and I'm not too sure. Not too sure if they were, but
Well, good job.
But the ones you showed definitely had that's the same necklace, same girl.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'll have to go back and watch that and see if that was from Xanamay's Facebook of her niece at prom or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if her niece was friends with Kiely, that's that's definitely important.
It's just weird everything how she immediately defended Ronnie because Ronnie was suspicious. He was suspicious, and
yeah, there was a little group of people. They all just kind of clamped around each other and they defended each other, and yeah, it was weird.
And either way, like even if he wasn't involved in Kylie's thing, he was still defending, saying like, well, everybody who goes to those parties is in agreement that, there's going to be older guys there giving out drugs. Like, so if you go to those parties, everyone there thinks it's okay. Like, that's basically what he was saying. It's like, no, dude, that's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole damn thing's messed up.
Yeah. And then another thing too is when Sammy said, sorry, am I taking up a lot of time?
No.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
All right, just kick me off if you need to go. But the other thing is Sammy said that she got a call from Kiely at 12:36, which is 3 minutes after Kylie's phone went dead. And I was thinking maybe the reason Sammy needed to get a new ride home, she originally was going to go home with Kiely and she didn't. I was thinking maybe Jagger showed up and so Kiely ended up going home with him, and that's why Sammy needed a new ride home. Kylie's phone then dies, and she calls Sammy using Jagger's phone because in the Tro Truck guy video, he said that the girl had to use Jagger's phone, the guy's phone, to call because her phone was dead. And now I do believe that that girl was most likely Kate or somebody else who wasn't Kiely. because Kate and Kiely do look pretty similar. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, and the thing, maybe she was still like alive at that point, or maybe they didn't know if she was fully dead. Maybe she was just unconscious, and they didn't know if she was dead, and they were just trying to hide her. And then she died, and they put, I don't know. It's just all very weird. If this tow truck driver's story turns out to be true, it's just very weird, especially because the cops would have already been looking for her car by then. Like, I'm curious how soon it was when Jagger first showed up to search for Kiely, because I know he went to Reno first. But like, if he was in the area at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. with Kiely's car that was broken down, that could explain why he showed up so late. But I don't know how they wouldn't have like her car was missing, and how wouldn't they have realized that? Like, I don't know. It's all very weird.
It is. It is. Nothing really makes sense.
Yeah. Trying to read some of the chat.
Xanamy puts herself there twice. She said she stayed in her vehicle and slept in it. Popcorn Planet guy asked her if she regretted going out there. I think she was asking about the kayak video. Yeah. Yeah, she said she regretted going out there, and I still don't get why.
Yeah.
What?
And the reason she's more suspicious than the other people who went out there kayaking is because she put herself out there to like to talk about this case. She put herself on Tony's show, and I know that he has an open panel, but she basically took over the show. And she was immediately defending people that she had never supposedly met. She talks in absolutes. She was just there at suspicious times, the whole Mexican party thing. It's just it's all weird. Her reaction, just like how she acts, is just strange. But that's my opinion.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I just don't know where the hell to go with this whole damn thing.
Why'd you block that person? Sorry.
Because he said we're stupid for following an inbred country singer.
Oh, no, not racist. What? The word I'm looking for. Wow.
Yeah, we had a stupid comment there, and Cher's like, "Why'd you block someone?" Because it takes a lot for me to
you
block
never
somebody.
block anyone.
Oh, what happened?
It's just some idiot on there said we're all stupid. We're letting some inbred country singer send us down a rabbit hole or whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, I just blocked it.
I mean, if you're gonna put yourself out there and talk about a case and defend people who are saying, their cousins were there, like, you're gonna get looked into. You were there. She didn't even talk about being there until Ryan uncovered that video. Like, she didn't even mention the kayaking video or that she was even in Truckee when she was on YouTube. Like, Ryan had to tell that to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't that strange? She wasn't like, oh yeah, I actually went there and I got footage. Like, Ryan put that out there. It's very weird. But
it is. It's all weird.
Yeah, I think that's all. Oh, I want to say one more thing. Andy from Popcorn Planet. I followed him for a little bit now since the Johnny Depp trial. His ex-wife or ex-girlfriend accused him of sexually assaulting and harassing her. And they went to court, and he was found to be innocent. And this is why he does a lot of cases like the Johnny Depp case where he was falsely accused, and then Xanamy, he brought her up to give her side of the story because she's being accused of stuff. So I really don't believe he is any kind of offender or anything. I've watched him for a while. And his allegations had nothing to do with children. So I just want to put that out there.
Cher was actually just showed me a news clip of.
Can we not please talk about him? We're not a supporter of him anyway. You can be, but
okay.
I actually found of 10 different charges. Is he's innocent of all 10? Fine, but
yeah, apparently there was some stuff when he's working
that's
for
weird.
What's his name?
They have him tied with Weinstein.
Yeah, Weinstein.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In literally the same article, they're talking about Andy and Weinstein in one.
Okay,
it's crazy. So, dude is.
I know nothing about that. So.
Yeah, me neither. I just wanted to.
Money and men can be innocent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's how it goes in Hollywood, with film and shit.
Yeah, he was involved in Hollywood.
Yeah. And God, so many people in Hollywood have been linked to inappropriate stuff with children. That's sickening.
And get away with it. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you have the stage back. I think that was all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Jane.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that popcorn guy, but Cher was just showing me something this morning about that. So. All right. So, yeah, we kind of went off the rails there, but I'm going to play this video one more time just for anybody who's in here that didn't see it yet.
Yeah, and can we if you support people like Tony, this is Mr. Cher's channel, but dude, seriously, I don't like people in here supporting that fucking Andy dude, Popcorn Planet dude, or Tony. If you support those people, I literally, I've seen the people I see super chatting those people, I block. I'm like, fuck you, you're not welcome on my platform. Fuck you too, you're not welcome on my platform. Oh my God. Up church in your drop the link, bro.
Oh shit.
Hey Ryan.
Okay, one sec, dude. Now I'm all discombobulated. I can't close my window. Bring me the X, you son of a. There we go.
Okay, my shower. Wait, I'm gonna watch this.
All right. Oh, is it a clone?
Oh, it might be.
Oh yeah, is a check mark. Almost got me.
Oh, do we get check marks on?
He has a check mark beside his name, yeah.
Those fuckers. Yeah, they probably showed their butt or something. That's too bad because he probably that would be a very interesting conversation though.
Yeah, I would like to actually have a chat with Ryan. I'm not on his level. Although my facial hair is better than his. I'll say that. Okay, so no, it's unless there was a check mark beside. I didn't even see it. It's already deleted now. But the real Ryan Upchurch has a check mark beside his name. You get that when you get a certain size of a YouTube channel. So yeah, if it didn't have that check mark, it was a fake. So if there's no check mark, then no, not the real Ryan. Oh, that would have been great though. I got a little excited. I'm not gonna lie, because he's on his shit with this case. He's going full bore, and I like that. I may not agree with everything he says, but I do like that he's really going hard at it. There's a lot of YouTubers that just take one thing and they just pretty much, let's just chat about it. I've done that, actually. Yes, Creek Squad. But all right, I'm going to play this video one more time, and then I'll call this one quits. I do not like my media player. Okay. Add the stream. Okay, so yeah, this is Xanamay's kayak trip. But the big thing of her saying, there she is. But yeah, I got to show you guys. Let's play it from here. A lot of people didn't realize that what she's filming on, the video footage we're seeing, is not from her phone, obviously. It's from her body camera. It's a camera that's mounted to her torso. So a lot of people didn't realize that. Hey, Mr. Positive. So we can see this, right up here. I think she holds the phone out. Well, we saw it there anyway, but yeah, both hands on the phone right there. And where she's holding it to, I'm thinking this thing was mounted pretty much right about her chest. So then we go to this spot where she realizes that this is near where Kiely went missing because she sees the caution tape.
This is the campsite that I showed you earlier. So this lovely Hispanic party was right next to this other party. And one of the reasons I say it is the campsite.
Probably a GoPro Kasha.
Because we have some caution tape.
Or something similar.
Okay. So yeah. So here. There she is.
It's very faint, but she says there she is as she's bending down. Now, what I was wondering is just because she's bending down, like that's where her camera is pointing, but that doesn't mean that that's where her head is pointing. So if you see this little bit of blue here, if that's water, and if that's where her body was found, could she have been stooping down to get a better look of the water, like underneath these tree branches or something? I don't know. But if that's the case, then that would mean that, like, if Kiely's car was found there, then Xanamy needs to be arrested. That's all I'm saying. But all right, my lunch, my lovely wife made me lunch. I'm gonna go throw that down my food hole, and I believe Cher's going to be going live later. If not, I think we're going live on our joint channel. So just keep an eye out, and we'll do more chatting about this. But yeah, I think I pretty much hammered the hell out of this point. I'm not saying that I know what's up. I just know that was footage from a body cam. So the fact that she bent down didn't mean necessarily she was looking down. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thanks to, I don't know if I got any new members, but I did get some super chats. So that's always very much appreciated. Frankie, Sweet Pea, and if anyone else did, I'm sorry. Don't bring me up. Sorry, Dylan. My lunch is getting cold. I've been live for an hour and a half, and I got to pee. We'll be doing more of it later. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and share this video out. Especially because I want someone who's from that area to go to that spot and tell me if they look out that direction, if that's where Kiely's car was found. That's what I want to know that. So, but yeah, thank you all so much. Love you. And we'll catch you on the next one. And until then, this is True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy 77, aka Prairie Boy 77, aka Mr. Cher, aka the Beard of Reason, aka the Voice of Reason, saying good day, good night, and Godspeed. And have a great weekend.